man was shocked to find out that his sister had beaten up the kingdom's second prince and several nobles. The first prince asked Annie why she did it. Annie said none of them were good people, she just didn't like their faces, so she beat them up. Kevin burst into laughter after hearing that. Instead of scolding her, he was actually happy to have witnessed her fighting. But right then, Annie suddenly fainted from using her time magic too often. Kevin quickly ran over to catch her. As the church bells rang outside, Annie slowly regained consciousness. When she opened her eyes, she saw the maid trying to stab her. Luckily, Annie reacted fast and punched the maid across the room. By the time her brother Jack arrived, the maid's head was already stuck in the wall. Jack sighed helplessly. He told Annie to stop hitting people, otherwise, he'd really start worrying about her. Annie apologized, but she also said she couldn't promise not to fight. Jack completely broke down. Just then, Kevin entered the room. He told Annie that the king had agreed to cancel her engagement with the second prince. The second prince had also been stripped of his title for illegally trafficking slaves, and the nobles with him were all punished as well. Annie herself wasn't punished at all. Instead, she was praised by the public. People were calling her a hero, and even brought back her old childhood nickname, Rabbit Woman. Jack nearly lost it when he heard that. Kevin went on to say that the one controlling those nobles was the royal chancellor, but they still didn't have enough evidence to arrest him. Annie started suspecting that the maid who tried to assassinate her earlier worked for the chancellor, so she went to the small cabin where the maid was being held. But when she entered, all she found was a pile of ropes and the maid's clothes. As Annie looked around in confusion, a beast suddenly lunged out from the corner. Annie immediately knocked it down. Then she realized the maid was actually a beastman. Under Annie's pressure, the beastman transformed back into human form. To her surprise, he was a man, and he had a slave mark engraved on his body. Annie realized he had been forced into it, so she offered to remove the mark if he told her who his employer was. The beastman agreed. Annie then used time reversal magic to restore his body to the state before the mark was carved. Once the mark disappeared, the beastman revealed that the chancellor had ordered the assassination, all because Annie had beaten up his son a few days earlier. Annie immediately decided to go teach the chancellor a lesson. Since Kevin and Jack were planning to arrest him soon, she wanted to beat him up before that happened. The beastman told her the chancellor would attend a slave auction next week, and suggested she take him along. Annie agreed to bring him to the capital. What she didn't know was that Kevin had overheard their entire conversation. A few days later, the two arrived in the capital's slums. Kevin followed them there. When Annie asked why he came, Kevin said he wanted to learn and see the true state of the kingdom, since he was going to be king one day. Annie gave him a blank look and told him to tell the truth. Kevin changed his tone and admitted he just thought what she was doing sounded fun. Annie was speechless. Suddenly, a group of bandits appeared in front of them. Annie's eyes lit up with excitement. The beastman was terrified. The next second, Annie cast a strength spell on herself, then added a speed buff. Before the beastman could react, she punched a bandit straight into the air. Within moments, she had taken down the entire group. After finishing the fight, Annie looked completely satisfied.